conversations start on the front porch and end up in the front seat of a quality pre-owned vehicle. At Ray Warner Ford, we keep it simple, honest, and local with vehicles you trust. 21 Ford Explorer Timberline 4x4, $36,990. 22 Ford Mustang Convertible EcoBoost Premium, $25,550. 22 Ford Escape SEL All-Wheel Drive, $24,950. Make the move from the porch to the driver's seat at Ray Warner Ford. Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford.
And Dwayne, I say old chap, top of the morning to you as well, my friend. Happy Friday, everybody. Sure hope you're having a great morning so far. Have you been outside yet? It's like stupid steamy. It's just so hot outside. You walk outside. I had a 20-foot walk to my studio every morning. And you walk outside from the AC and you're like, boom. It hits you right smack dab in the face. Beautiful sunrise taking shape. A few clouds hanging out with us this morning. We've got kind of a wash, rinse, repeat forecast, but I've got a little bit more details to pass along. If you're new to the program, by the way, I do try to dive into a little bit more meteorology of like how things play out, why the weather is playing out the way it is. So strap in, grab yourself a cup of iced coffee, or rather iced tea this morning, because it's just too hot for coffee. Although I have a cup of coffee, but it's gotten cold now. Because when I'm in the studio for a while, it gets cold. Hey, yesterday we topped out at 94 degrees. Didn't pick up any rainfall in Knoxville or officially at McGee Tyson Airport where we take the measurements. Crossville picked up 0.14 of an inch of rain. Tri-Cities picked up an inch of rain with temperature of 95 Chattanooga, 87 Crossville, 89 Tri-Cities. So, yep, another steamy day around East Tennessee, and that pattern continues. Let me show you something. I talk about precipitable water on the show all the time of like how much moisture is available to precipitate out of the atmosphere. What I want to show you is the big picture. A ridge of high pressure hanging strong across the southeastern U.S., and you get clockwise rotation around that ridge of high pressure. So with that, look at how it's pulling in all that Gulf moisture. So the dark shades of reds and oranges and even yellows indicates high precipitable water. I mean, we're pushing 1.8 to 2.1 basically for precipitable water. So all that moisture is going to continue to feed into the area. That's available moisture to tap into. Then we talk about the energy and what's going on. So when you look at the surface, we've got a boundary just to our north. That's we've got a zonal flow in the atmosphere. So the wind is basically moving directly, not directly, but semi-directly from west to east. That's called zonal flow versus a meridional flow where you start to get the ups and downs and the troughs and ridges. So again, because we have a boundary to our north and we have that upper level energy still sliding across the state of Kentucky, that's going to keep the majority of the storms to our north. But there is a little piece of energy that looks like it could slide in late in the day today. So we're talking like 4, 5, 6 o'clock. That could, and I think will, bring us a little bit better coverage of rainfall throughout the day today. The Storm Prediction Center didn't have us under a risk yesterday for today. Today, they have us back under that level 1 risk. So again, damaging wind, isolated, very isolated in nature. I don't think that's the major player here, but we have a lot of energy and instability in the atmosphere, and so that could lead to some localized strong storms. 40 to 60 mile per hour winds out of some of the storms that really tap into this storm energy that really builds. Now, we've got a lot of buoyancy in the atmosphere, so most of the area has some sort of buoyancy, and you remember yesterday it was basically north of Interstate 40. Well, today we're going to get a little bit more for more of East Tennessee, which means that's going to lead to a little bit better coverage of rainfall. Here's your future cast. Not much going on out there this morning, although just outside of London, Kentucky, we do have some pretty good showers and storms already. Those aren't going to move into our area, but we still have that southwesterly to northeasterly flow. That's going to bring a better chance for showers and storms across the plateau, northern valley. So all the way from, say, the Pikeville area up to Campbell County and Claiborne County, where we have the higher terrain, and also across the Smoky Mountains. So for us in the valley, hopefully we get a little bit of activity. Again, bone dry here at my area in West Knoxville. So when you look at the rainfall forecast for the day today, that looks a little bit better than what we had yesterday. So at least we've got that going for us. Again, not everybody gets the rain today, but it's feast or famine. So if you get it, you're going to get doused with some heavy downpours and the potential for some strong thunderstorms. Because we have that risk for heavy rainfall, the Weather Prediction Center still has us under a level 1, level 2 risk for some localized flash flooding concerns. And the National Weather Service, the midnight shift came in and they extended the flood watch until midnight again here tonight for Campbell County all the way up across the Tennessee and Virginia and Kentucky border. Why? Well, this is why they have that. Because, well, over the last 24 hours, places like just outside of Morristown, Whitesburg, up towards Scott County, Huntsville, northward of Huntsville, picked up some heavy rainfall yesterday. That's over the last 24 hours. When you look over the last 2 days, again, you can see where areas have seen the heaviest rainfall. And we look over the last 3 days. And again, those are the same areas that saw some heavy rainfall. That's why we have the flash flooding concern by the Weather Prediction Center and the flood watch from the National Weather Service in those areas, because you have seen the majority of the rain. Can you please pass some of that a little bit further south? That would be nice, wouldn't it? So storm threats today, just like yesterday, low end with isolated damaging winds, 40 to 60 mile per hour in isolated locations. Medium category, medium to high really in isolated locations for flooding and flash flooding concerns. And that's really going to be the story as we get into the upcoming weekend. So as you step outside this morning, we actually do have some patchy, dense fog showing up in parts of town. I'll show you what it looks like here for just a brief moment of time in Gatlinburg. And you can see that fog forming right there across the Smoky Mountain National Park. And also along the Strawberry Plains Pike, we have some patchy, dense fog. So that's what that looks like there. So again, something to keep in mind, not everybody's seen the fog, but if you saw some heavy rainfall yesterday, you're going to have to contend with the fog this morning. Temperatures, believe it or not, are actually warmer than what they were yesterday. And the dew points have come up. So dew points are in the low to mid 70s this morning. That's keeping our temperatures warmer, because remember, the temperature can and never will drop below the dew point. It's impossible. You get saturation, you get fog or rain or what have you. Highs today top out in the low 90s. Heat index values back into the upper 90s to low 100s, so that's not much of a change. And so if you have evening plans, doing date night, dinner plans here tonight, maybe heading off to some event or show, 88 by 6, we'll have some scattered showers and thunderstorms for the evening rush hour. So I say this all the time. If we're expecting rain for the evening rush hour, make sure you check in with the interactive radar and the East Tennessee Weather app that gives you past, current, and future radar of 2 hours to kind of help you navigate those storms as you leave work on this Friday. Or if you're getting ready to go off on date night tonight and you don't want to get wet, check in with the interactive radar. It's a great tool for that. All right, let's take you into our Saturday. So I think Saturday is going to be much more of the same. A little bit more energy, I think, riding its way through East Tennessee, which should help to spark off a little bit more activity. Don't cancel any of those outdoor plans on Saturday. You're going to be better off in the morning, and you'll have to dodge those storms in the afternoon and evening. So if you're heading off to the lakes this coming weekend, the East Tennessee Weather app is going to help you navigate those storms on the lake as well. Your first indication is going to be lightning, right? So when lightning is within 15 miles of your location, click on that. That takes you to the interactive radar, push play, boop, and that will give you past, current, and future radar to help you navigate on the lakes or in the swimming pools. But the good news is taking us all the way through Sunday, at least the Tennessee Valley starts to fill in with a little bit more or higher probabilities or better chances for seeing a little bit better coverage of some much-needed rain around East Tennessee. We desperately need it in some locations. And some of you are like, hey, Witcher, stop. We don't need any more rain. I know. And that's why you have the flash flooding risks for the day today. All right, futurecast rainfall here locally all the way through Sunday. This is what it looks like locally. Again, a little bit better coverage, hopefully filling in the Smoky Mountains. So if you're going to be in the national park, something to keep in mind. Flash flooding concerns up there. When it rains heavy at the top of the mountains, it's got to come downstream and fill up the rivers and lakes downstream. So that's something to keep in mind here this weekend as well. If you want to beat the heat, you have to go to the higher elevations, but you don't want to be caught up on top of Mount LeConte in the afternoon hours. You want to get up and get down as fast as you can and get to the lower elevations in case those storms start to fire. So we're going to hang on to about a 60% chance of rain today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And then we'll start to navigate that downward a little bit as we get into next week as another ridge of high pressure builds on in, which means hotter weather is on the way, which means our heat index values could be pushing close to heat advisory next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which means the National Weather Service may issue a heat advisory next week. That's the story. Morning Glory. Here's your 7-day forecast. Low to mid 90s across the 7-day stretch. Lows are going to be in the 70s. Elevated rain chances. But again, don't navigate your outdoor plans based on icons on the screen or percentages. Please don't do that. I always tell you all the time, that doesn't tell you the whole story. You've got to find out what the rest of the story is. And the rest of the story is rainfall totals, timing, duration, and again, rainfall totals. Never look at the 7-day forecast and look at percentages and icons and say, canceling my plans. Can't do that today. Nope. Go check out the Futurecast, check in with my forecast because I'll break things down to let you know how and why I think things are going to be playing out the way I think they're going to be playing out. Now, does it always happen that way? Nah, not always. By the way, I think yesterday, we made it to 94 degrees. What was I forecasting? I was forecasting 93 yesterday afternoon. Any other notes that I made? Nope, I think no other notes. So let's see. Trading storms woke me up last night. Yep, you've seen some decent rain up into parts of Hamblen County, Julie. And so, it's really fascinating. So we had a chance to take, if you saw it on social media, took my in-laws out to Aspire Park in Anderson County. That's just in the downtown Clinton area. Great little park there. Before we left, I told my wife, I said, hey, listen, should we pivot here and go to the lake instead? Because it's just so hot outside. No, we're going to do this. All right, no big deal. So we go to Aspire Park, and we're like, okay, everybody, you want to go on a hike? No, nobody wants to go on a hike. My kid rode the bike track a couple of times. The dogs were dying and panting and like, they were just dying out there. We were like, no. Let's just let Caden run the little course. Kipton run his ride his rollerblades a little bit, and then we're just going to go have some dinner outside, which turned out nice. Once the sun got behind the clouds and behind the buildings and the shade, it wasn't too terribly bad. But it's that apparent temperature. You get in the direct sunlight, and it is incredibly hot. So maybe today we'll hit the lake for a little bit before the in-laws go home. They're heading home on Sunday, but it's been nice to hang out with them for sure. And it's always nice to enjoy some family time. Walked out for work this morning and talk about steamy. Yowzas. No doubt, Ken. No doubt. Like the sweat factor is instantly there. All right, let's get to work with those national holidays for the day today. I'm not taking a look at them yet. By the way, it's 6:13, and we got some great photos to share with you as well, so stick around. But if you have to head off to work, I sure hope you have a great Friday. Don't forget, Wake Up with Witcher starts off at 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday and Sunday, on all East Tennessee weather platforms. And if you're joining on the app and you want to stick around and you joined in late, I'll send you back to the 24-hour weather channel here in just a moment. By the way, impressive views. Let me just share some awesome news for you. Can I share this news with you? Got some data. I run a 24-hour weather channel, right? Got some data the other day. This is incredible. Had no idea. In the last 15 days, I've had over 737,000 views. 737,000 views on my local 24-hour weather channel. Like, what? Are you kidding me right now? That's incredible. I had no idea that people were watching the 24-hour channel that much. Guess they like it. So if that's what you do, if you have it up in your office building, or if you have an office building, or if you have a waiting room, throw it up for your customers. East Tennessee Weather is trying to help you and your customers to help navigate the weather around them. Waiting rooms always have HGTV. Nobody's watching that. They're always on their cell phones. Don't put up the Weather Channel. Put up East Tennessee Weather Channel. The East Tennessee Weather Channel. The East Tennessee Weather Channel. All right, I digress. Let's take a look at this national holidays. I just thought I'd share that with you. Absolutely incredible. I didn't have no idea that people were watching it that much. Let's celebrate birthdays and events. Any birthdays out there? Any events going on here this coming weekend? Remember, coming up in just a little bit over a month, we've got the Big Kahuna Wing Festival. And remember, if you didn't know this, or for those of you that did know this already, I've been asked to be the head meteorologist for the event itself. So keeping everybody safe, talking about the storms. Do we see storms? Do we have heat? And navigating the folks at the festival itself with all the weather around them. Plus, I will be broadcasting down there and submitting all my weather updates down from World's Fair Park. Again, that's coming up August 31st. Tickets are on sale right now. That's a big event that I'm going to be a big part of, and I hope to see you there. We're expecting anywhere from 8,000 to 10,000 people down at World's Fair Park through the day. Of course, they're going to have fireworks and food. in live music. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you've never done it and you like chicken wings, go buy yourself some tickets and then come say hi to me. I've got a bunch of giveaway stuff that'll be there. I'll have some merch there. And I think I'm going to have for you to be able to check out a green screen and test your skills out on the weather wall. So some big stuff coming up there. All right, it's National Tropical Fruit Day. Do you like tropical fruit? I like tropical fruit. Now, some of those are weird. Like, I like kiwis and whatnot, but some of those, I don't know. What's the weirdest tropical fruit that you've had? I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head. Mangoes are amazing. I love kiwis and mangoes. Papayas, not so much. Papayas kind of weird to me. But oranges, of course. Dragon fruit, there's dragon fruit on there. Dragon fruit, I don't necessarily know that I've actually really eaten dragon. I've had things flavored like dragon fruit, which is not bad. But anyways, let me know your favorite tropical fruit this morning. And how about this? Do you like sour candy? Well, it's National Sour Candy Day. I will tell you, I love candy. You probably know that by now. Gummy stuff is like some of my favorites. Cinnamon gummy is even more of my favorite. Sour candy I will eat, but I can only eat small doses of it because it just destroys my mouth. And unfortunately, my family gets canker sores. And so we can't eat too much of that stuff. Otherwise, it's canker sore city in our house. No bueno there. And it's National Caviar Day. Is it a... I don't know. I'm not going to eat caviar. Just one of those things I've never tried, and I'm going to stay away from it. Although my wife did make me try escargot one time, and that wasn't too bad, but just the thought of it ain't not my thing. It ain't not my thing. I don't know. Let's take you out to KMNV. We got a nice little sunrise taking shape here this morning. Let's see what you're all saying on the chat. What's up, Buck? How are you, my friend? Love seeing you here this morning. Thank you very much, Julie. Thanks, Eva. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Katrina. It is some awesome stuff. So don't forget it. Roku TV, Amazon Fire, YouTube. You can put it up on the big screen. It's easy access, and there's better stuff coming your way here soon, so I'll keep you posted on that. Oh, yeah, there we go. The Granger County Tomato Festival starts today through Sunday. Nice. Nice. I'm not going to be there broadcasting this year, but I think the Witchers will probably go. I don't know. Maybe we'll take our in-laws there. That's something good to do, right? We were looking for something to do today or tomorrow. So maybe we're going to be going to do that. I had to cancel my bachelor party. Not mine. My friends, I'm not going to Nashville, unfortunately. Super sad about that. We were going to go hit a soccer game in Nashville, a professional soccer game. That was going to be fun. They're going tonight and staying tonight and tomorrow night. And I was like, okay, I'll just be able to come Saturday night. Unfortunately, East Tennessee weather is just keeping me at bay here in the studio, and I can't go enjoy that. But that's okay. I've got too many things going on. Your dad turned 75 yesterday. Happy birthday to Dad. 75, that's a big one. My daughter's anniversary of 8 years and grandson turned 6 months. This is amazing. Big day for you, huh? Big week for you. Let's see. I need to get down that way today. Where? To the Granger County Tomato Festival or to Knoxville or to my house? Where are we going, Alex? Where are we going? Coconut Almond Joy. There we go. Almond Joys, they're okay. I can do coconut. I like coconut, but not too much coconut. Tropical fruit pineapple is your favorite. Oh, yeah, pineapple is good. There we go. Bug likes the pineapple as well. Yuck to caviar. I agree with you on that one. Well, I've never tried it, but I'm not going to try it. I've had caviar, but not a fan. What's the weather looking like around 1 o'clock? Picking up Triumph Rocket 3 Roadster. You are not. 1 o'clock, you should be fine. Not expecting much activity by $1, but boy, it's going to be a smoking hot one right there. There we go. Miranda likes pineapple. Is that a rainbow in your live feed? Oh, no, that's just the glow of the sun. That's just, a little halo around the sun. Kind of cool, though. But speaking of which, I do have some great photos to share with you this morning. So let's talk Witchers pictures. If you need to head about your day, have a great day. But we're going to go through some photos right now that you, my friends, have submitted on the East Tennessee Weather app. And Eli Bray stormed near Tri-Cities Regional Airport around 9:15 p.m. on Thursday, as seen from Church Hill. He's been grabbing some great photos. He is a Witcher weather watcher, and of course, North of Interstate 40, Churchill area has seen some decent amount of rain. Let's see. How about this one? How about this little guy? Ready for this one? How about that little guy right there? That's a great little photo. Crystal clear and beautiful autopilot. June bug in July, he says. June bug in July. And we've got another great one to share with you this morning. This next one is, and I'm not done yet here. Hold on. Come on, where is it going? Get up on screen there. Is it not coming? Oh, there it goes. There it goes. So this one is just like that. This one's coming in from Dustin. Dustin posting this. Dustin Marlowe, you know to add more description to that. But either way, sinking air, storms dying off, and that's what we got. And then somebody just sent this in. Let's see who that was. That was Brian. Brian says, happy Friday, everybody. I love it, Brian. All right, let me share a couple other photos with you. These are sent in through my email, and he does an awesome and amazing job all the time. His name is Dwayne Foister, and here's a picture of some awesome rainbows. There's one, he said, this is chasing the rainbow after the rainstorm from Madisonville, Tennessee to Von Nuur. It was loud and proudly full of color. Here's another one. Here's a great one of a steeple. These are all from Dwayne Foister. I'll be posting these on social media. How about that one? This next one is like literally one of my faves. It just says summer. Ready? Hold on. I got to shrink that one. I mean, does that just not say summer in East Tennessee? Storms, rainbow, smoky mountains, and a beautiful farm field right there. And here's another great one. This is great. How about that? Dwayne, you've outdone yourself, my friend. You have outdone yourself. I love the photos. All right. It is 6:23. I think we're going to wrap things up here this morning. It's Friday. Watch out for the storms. Let's see what you all are saying before I head out. Okay. You're going to the Tomato Festival. Hopefully I'll see y'all there. If you see me at the Granger County Tomato Festival or anywhere around town, if you don't know me, don't be shy to say hi. Don't be shy to say hi. Come say hi to me. By the way, somebody posted on social media on my picture this morning. Actually, I thought it was really cute. I wanted to read that to you. And it was a little rhyme. I don't like winter. Spring is nice. Let's skip past summer and do fall twice. Thanks, Donna Blueford, for passing that along on social media on my Facebook page. By the way, remember, East Tennessee Weather Facebook page is going to be ending at some point in time. And so go over and like and subscribe to the Mike Witcher TV Facebook page. Eventually, we will shut the other one down. So if you're just on the East Tennessee Weather one, go to Mike Witcher TV and maybe check that out. Remember, I'm on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, YouTube. Scan that QR code right there in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Download the East Tennessee Weather app. It's going to be your one-stop shop, helping you to navigate those afternoon storms or even the weather every single day. Thanks for joining me on this Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. If you don't join this weekend, we'll be back on Monday morning at 6 a.m. But Saturday and Sunday, we do wake up with Witcher at 8 a.m. Witcher's Adventures is what I like to call that. I don't know. Have a great day, my friends. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short.